This week on the Steel Report.
Yeah, sunrise at sundown. We think this is going to be a great opportunity for people to learn more about our Waterloo Children's Zoo and have a great night of country music.
But we're hoping this will be our biggest fundraiser.
The Sunrise Exchange Club promotes its popular children's petting zoo with a key fundraising event coming up. Plus,
our mission is to tell and preserve the story of American agriculture. So we have 110 partner sites around Northeast Iowa. Together with them, we tell the story of agriculture.
The Silos and Smokestacks National Heritage Area hoping to fill the Waterloo Convention Center with the second annual Iowa Eats Food and Drink Festival. And our program begins right now.
Now from KWWL, this is the Steel Report.
And welcome to this week's edition of the Steel Report. I have two guests here today to talk. Well, let's talk Iowa Eats Food and Drink Festival. We talked about this just a year ago. It's coming up this time on Saturday, April 6th. Let's meet our guests right now. So let's welcome back to the program. This is Kara Miller. Kara is Executive Director of the well-known Silos and Smokestacks National Heritage Area based in downtown Waterloo over on West Park Avenue. Kara, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
And welcome back the Chief Explorer for the IowaGallivant.com. I'll put that in there, JJ Goodvin, Mr. Personality. JJ has a ton of great videos out there on his IowaGallivant.com website, and you've likely seen him many times at Iowa Irish Fest as well. I think he's been there at least 8 or 9 times. Welcome to the show, JJ. Before we go any further, full disclosure, KWWL Television is a media sponsor for the second annual Iowa Eats Food and Drink Festival in downtown Waterloo. So we're really happy about that. And in fact, you know, I want to say that was a real good turnout last year.
Got it all.
How many people did you have, Kara?
We had 1,100 people last year.
1,100. And
yes.
Are you still looking for vendors? Is that the thing?
Yes, vendors have until March 15th to sign up. So we'll take applications through there. They can go to our website at iowaeatsfestival.com, click on the vendor link at the top, and all the information is there.
And JJ, it's always great to have you in town because you're in Iowa City now. That's your home base.
That's right.
IowaGallivant.com. It's been around you started as a scrapbooking idea?
Yeah, basically online scrapbooking project. We're in our 10th year now. So this is the 10-year anniversary of the Iowa Gallivant. Started in July of 14. And then here we are helping out with the Silos and Smokestacks National Heritage Area 10 years later and promoting this wonderful now annual event here in downtown Waterloo. So get to the Iowa Eats Festival, because you're going to see a lot of great vendors and presenters.
And you'll be the MC for this, and
correct.
You kind of gallivant all around the downtown area.
Absolutely, that's what we kind of do. If you look at our logo, there's a paper airplane on there, and that was my wife's idea because we have a Target, but we're going to move like this when we travel, and that's exactly what I'm going to do at the Iowa Eats Festival in downtown Waterloo. Is I'm going to be on the main stage presenting, but I'm also going to be going around to the vendors and introducing other presenters. So yes, I will be bobbing, weaving, zigzagging my way through the festival the entire time because it's going to be really fun and tasty.
And I guess I forgot to say it's the Waterloo Convention Center, right?
Yes,
yes. I failed to mention downtown Waterloo is a pretty big area, so yeah, it's at the Waterloo Convention Center. And you said you had over 1,000 people last year. That was the inaugural event. So, so Silos and Smokestacks, let's real quickly familiarize with everybody what you do in the National Heritage Area.
Our mission is to tell and preserve the story of American agriculture. So we have 110 partner sites around Northeast Iowa. And together with them, we tell the story of agriculture. And this Iowa Eats event came about because we wanted to do something that helped raise some resources for our work and efforts, but also stayed with our mission, which is to really promote Iowa agriculture and the work that happens with Iowa agriculture. So all of the vendors that we come, or the majority of vendors that we come, are all Iowa businesses, Iowa ag food, drink, agriculture related. This year so far, we already have 20 new vendors that weren't there last year. So we have a lot more coming in, and we had people from 46 different communities last year attend the event. So it's not just people in Waterloo that could come. They could come from all over. And we have a couple of new things this year. We are having what we're calling the Firefighter Cook-Off. So with all the firehouses in Waterloo, we're hoping that we get applicants for that. And then they have a contest, and where JSA Development is providing the prize in memory of Jim Walsh, who those who know Jim knew that he cared deeply about firehouses. So we think that will be exciting. And we also this year will have wines, last year we had wines, but we'll have spirits and distilleries. So we have a lot more possible places for people to sample Iowa products and to really have a good experience of things that come from Iowa agriculture.
Before we tell you how you can get your tickets, JJ, why don't you tell us who's kind of the new presenters this coming April 6th for this year?
One of the great things about this festival is, yes, it's centered right here in Waterloo. Yes, Silos and Smokestacks is a region that we all know about in this area, but it's not just everybody from this area that's going to be at the festival. For instance, we have Ryan and Amanda Bars coming from Spirit Lake. You know, that's over in western Iowa, obviously, and that just goes to show you the range of this festival. We also have Big T Matthews that's going to be here. He's going to be giving you a different look at the culinary scene of what Iowans can do because he's been on Netflix and things like that. So you have to make sure that you get over here and see a lot of these great presenters. And we have hometown heroes like Tafiq Shaw with Lola's. And a lot of people know about Lola's because they have taken over the hot sauce craze lately, and they are going to be a fantastic presenter. Spice it up a little bit, you know? And I can't wait to do my thing up there too. So it's going to be a great way to just present all sorts of spectrums when it comes to culinary delights at this second annual Iowa Eats Festival.
So, Carol, let's talk real quickly. What's the best way to get tickets?
Well, actually, we have a new partner this year with Hy-Vee. And so starting March 1st, people can purchase tickets at Hy-Vee. They go to the customer counter and Cedar Falls, Waterloo, and Waverly, all of the Hy-Vees in those areas. People can also go online at iowaeatsfestival.com and purchase tickets, and they will be available at the door. And we want to encourage people this year, too, to bring a little extra cash because a lot of our vendors have their items for sale. So you can purchase, if you taste something and it's great, you can go ahead and purchase it.
Can I also stop by 305 West Park Avenue and
Yes,
pick up a
you
ticket
can.
there?
Our offices.
That's the Silos and Smokestacks main office in downtown Waterloo.
Yes.
So tickets are available there as well.
Yep.
And Iowa Corn Growers Association, they're still heavily involved, right?
Yes,
this year?
they are. They are a major partner with us, and they will have their big truck that was there last year where people can walk through and get a feel for what corn is about in Iowa. It's more than just for eating.
So you know the old saying, Iowa grows corn, but in fact, corn grows Iowa.
There you go.
According to the Iowa Corn
That's
Growers
right.
Association.
And we also, like I said, we have Hy-Vee, and then JSA Development is a partner again this year, Iowa Farm Bureau, and Iowa Pork Producers. And Farmer State Bank
Oh yeah,
as
because
well.
Farmer State Bank was one of your major sponsors
Yeah.
last year as well, so they're back. JJ, I want to get back to you and say this. Do you still have your Iowa's Worst road trip? And what's come out of that? Because I understand you have a new book out now.
Yes, we will always be on Iowa's Worst road trip because we are always casing the state for the best sausage, if I can be frank about this. So recently in November, my first book came out, Rural Iowa Sausage. It's been a really exciting, past few months promoting that and been doing book signings. So it's just another thing that we can't wait to get on the road for, and that is supporting small businesses all over Iowa, especially the more rural, the bigger the market is Iowa, as I always say. So
Well, that's great. Well, congratulations on your new book. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
I assume it'll be there on sale too on April 6th.
Oh, you
right?
never know. I think you might be able to get a signed copy there. What do you think?
Probably.
Kara, real quickly, talk about the Kitchen Table 7 back in the 80s. You were talking about those folks that helped
that helped get Silos and Smokestacks
going,
started.
yeah.
There were 7 individuals who I'm not going to name names now because I'll probably leave somebody
Right,
out.
exactly.
But those folks were really instrumental in getting the whole concept of Silos and Smokestacks and celebrating agriculture and preserving its history in this region. So we are ever so grateful to them. We are now in our 28th year of being a National Heritage Area. So we've been doing a lot of good work for a long time.
So give us an idea of what happens, because this all starts at 11 o'clock in the morning. People come to the downtown convention center. What happens then?
Yes. Well, we have lots of things. Not only do we have vendors that people could go around and sample and taste, but we have demonstrations like we had last year. So we have the kitchen, the bar, and the meat locker. In each of those rooms, there'll be a variety of demonstrations. Sausage making will be one of them. This year we have someone's demonstrating on fermented foods, if you like that, fry bread. Donna Lana Kitchen, that does a radio show out of Ames, they will be there showing how to bake with lard, and a whole variety of other demonstrations. So that's kind of a key aspect of the event, to come and learn a new skill and get some new knowledge.
So JJ, on the IowaGallavant.com website, I noticed that you always say that your favorite destination is your next destination. So I assume that means on April 6th, that's going to be Waterloo, right?
Absolutely. On April 5th, I'll be saying tomorrow on April 6th is going to be my favorite destination, which is going to be the Iowa Eats Festival at the Convention Center. But you're right. We always say our favorite destination is the next one. But guess what? People have been coming up to me more and more often saying, where's your favorite tenderloin? Where's your favorite made right? Where's your favorite overlook? Things like that. And I've been doing a lot better of narrowing that down. So come up to me and ask me anything about Iowa especially. I'll be happy to tell you where I think you can go for a great time, especially all around Waterloo and the Cedar Valley.
You can ask Stu about his favorite silos and smokestacks.
Absolutely.
Because he
So-
has been traveling on behalf of Silos and Smokestacks this year and visiting a lot of our sites and
Fantastic.
blogging about them and
Yep.
having special meals in each of them.
I remember that. Now, last year when we talked at the same time about the Iowa Eats, you were going to visit, I think, all 110
Yep.
or so.
Yeah.
So
He's
how
talking
far
about it.
along
So
are you?
I have about 60 left, and that's the great thing about Silos and Smokestacks National Heritage Area is you can go to places like Cedar Rapids and Waterloo and Des Moines and Ames, and it's kind of like a concentrated area of a lot of sites you can get to in just like like maybe an hour of each other. And then there's some that are out in the middle of our beautiful rural areas, and that is it brings a part of Iowa to you from the metro areas and the urban areas to our very, very important rural and small town areas. And that's the beauty of this heritage area. So you can get to a lot of them in one day, and you can also spend an entire year finding all 110 of them.
I grew up in Southeast Iowa, so I used to go to Burlington a lot. What about this Highway 34 project? Is that you're working
Yeah,
on?
so later this summer, it's 11 counties across Highway 34 from Burlington to Glenwood. I'm going to be spending a lot of time on that. So it's going to be a fun trip, and you're going to see a lot of Southern Iowa food, a lot of Southern Iowa blacktops, and a lot of great locals. And you know what? You talked about my first book. It's on to the next one. I got one rolling around that I got to get done by February of next year. So.
Sounds like you need to gallivant with
I need
Yeah.
to
JJ for a
gallivant,
while.
tag along for a day or something. That's right. Okay. So again, it's the second annual. Now it's an annual
Yes.
event. Second
Yes.
annual Iowa Eats Food and Drink Festival, downtown Waterloo at the Convention Center. Again on April 6th.
6th.
And the time again, it starts early.
11 a.m. ends at 5. We also have music throughout the day too.
Beautiful.
So you can come and spend the whole day. We also encourage people to come and spend the whole day in Waterloo because we have a new
Mm-hmm.
partnership as well with the Blackhawks hockey club.
Oh, fantastic.
That because there's a game that night, so they can come to Iowa Eats from 11 to 5. Eat somewhere local between 5 and 6, and then at 6 go over and watch the Blackhawks play the Cedar Rapids team. So go Blackhawks.
That sounds fantastic. So it's Saturday, April 6th, Kara. JJ, good to see you. Thanks for coming
Absolutely.
back. Hope you have another great turnout. And again, as a disclaimer, KWWL is a media partner for the Iowa Eats Festival. We're very proud of that. So more coming up on the Steel Report in just a moment. And welcome back to this week's edition of the Steel Report. I have two members of the very well-known Sunrise Exchange Club here to talk about a big event they have coming up on March 23rd. On the end here, that is Lance Banwart. And Lance is the owner of Blackhawk Memorial Company, very well-known business here in the Cedar Valley. And in the middle, we have Brandon Peterson. Brandon is a financial advisor with the Thrivent Financial Group. So the main thing, though, they are members of the Sunrise Exchange Club. So you're here today to talk about this event, and I'll let you start, Lance. What's it called on March 23rd out at Electric Park?
It's going to be called Sunrise at Night. Kind of a take on us being the Sunrise Children's Zoo and the Sunrise Exchange Club. So we're going to put this together and call it Sunrise at Night.
You'll have a silent auction, you'll have a live auction, you'll have music, and Brandon, why don't you tell us a little bit about the band you have coming in? It's a well-known band right here in Eastern Iowa.
Yes. Lonesome Road, country cover band here in Eastern Iowa. They've been playing for a number of years now. Got a good following. Perform all around Eastern Iowa. So we're glad that we were able to get them booked this March 23rd at 7 p.m.
Let's talk a little bit about the Sunrise Exchange Club. You're a little bit different because, as the name indicates, you meet for breakfast rather than a noontime like some of the other clubs that we've had on the air here today. How's it going as far as supporting the Sunrise Petting Zoo, which is at Cattle Congress? And in fact, I'll show you a little video. I've taken my grandkids out there. They've had a great time. You have a wonderful zoo out there. It's open, I believe, May through September, if I'm correct on that. And we've always had a wonderful time out there. But it needs support, doesn't it? This is a fundraiser for that particular project within the Sunrise Exchange Club.
Yes, we are a non-for-profit exchange club, and our zoo is free to everybody who wants to come and enjoy the animals, experience a little bit of farm life, a little bit of what it's like, and so there is the only thing that we do collect money on out there is to feed the
I was
animals.
going to say, that's the only, I remember going out there thinking, well, you don't charge anything, but just a little small fee. And of course, there's a donation box too out there because that's really important. What do you like about the club?
I mean, I have two small children, 5 and 3, and a 10-month-old, and I take for granted I grew up on a farm, and it's a great opportunity to get a little taste of our Iowa heritage, but also it's amazing. Kids want to be outside. They want to engage with the animals. It's a great opportunity for kids to be kids and be curious, and it's a great platform to do that.
So I have a phone number here, 319-961-4368. Is that a number you can call for tickets, or what's the best way to get tickets for this?
We do have, you can call that line to get tickets. They can be picked up at my office or at
University
Chiropractic
Oh, okay.
on University Avenue. Or there is also on Facebook, there's a flyer on our Facebook page that you could scan the QR code, and from the QR code it'll take you to a page to buy tickets.
So is Dr. Adam, is he one of your members, by the way?
He is.
Yes.
Yeah, he's done a great job on me. In fact, Adam, I need to get back in and see you pretty soon here. So I'm glad you brought that up here today. But the Exchange Club, like the other service clubs that I've featured here on the air, it's getting difficult to attract younger people. I'm so glad that you guys are in the demographic that you really need to sustain the sustainability of service clubs. How are you doing that?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a give back to the community. I think we're all pretty blessed to live in Northeast Iowa. It's called what it is. It's a lot easier to write a check for a lot of people, and we certainly appreciate that. We'll get you the address as needed. But by and large, it's our time, and it's something that's easy to take for granted. But we get 40,000 families and kids through the zoo each year, which is an alarming number. And it's just right in our backyard.
In a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. But when you think about that, there's a lot of people don't know what they have at their disposal in their backyard. And it's a great opportunity to serve our community. And it's pretty fun with your family, too.
Exactly. I mean, you got 3 young kids. That's fantastic. So when you talk about your meetings, where do you meet, at what time, and how can people be a part of your club?
Well, we meet every Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. from 7 to 8 a.m. We meet at the Perkins out at Crossroads. And to get a hold of us, you could try that phone number. That's one way to get a hold of us. Show up at our meeting at 7 a.m. You're more than welcome to show up and be a part of that.
So what about my friend John Wyckoff? He lined up this interview, but where is he? How come he didn't want to be on the air? I'm just curious.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
We won't throw him under the bus today.
No, okay. I was gonna do that, John. You know I love you, so you know.
You know, retired guys tend to find things to do. It's amazing how busy a retired guy can be.
I know that. My wife's been retired a number of years, and I can tell you she's busier now than ever before. This event coming up, Lonesome Road, is a well-known group in this area. So like you say, cover band. So what kind of music are they going to be playing then?
You're going to have some of the popular 90s country, early 2000s. Also, we're going to sprinkle in some oldies too, I have a feeling, there as well. So I think it's going to be a great opportunity for any age to come on out if you want to enjoy a good time. Well, I know we have some silent auction items and a live auction for a couple of things and a bunch of local businesses we definitely want to say thank you to. So please come on out, and it should be a good opportunity for some good music.
So you mentioned live and silent auctions. Do you have any idea what you have on the agenda for that night as far as auction items?
Yeah, we have a Zanati armored safe that we're very thankful for the generosity of that business. And we also have an Iowa women's basketball. Seems to be a popular item right now, signed by Caitlin Clark and the rest of the 2023-2024 Iowa women's team. And what else do we have, Lance?
We have a landscape rock that we would engrave your name on to put it in your front yard or in front of your farm place.
And I think you have the business to make that happen, right?
I think so. I think so.
So Blackhawk Memorial will take care of that.
Yes,
Okay.
we will take care of that there. We have a lot of auction items. It's hard to name them all. We got an AJ Green signed AJ Green picture that we're going to auction
Fantastic,
off.
yeah.
So we got everything from sports memorabilia to
A year full of pies at Perkins too, right?
there you go.
There you go.
A year?
That's a lot of pies.
And that's where you meet, Perkins, out there
That's
at
right,
the
yeah.
Crossroads area. Okay, so let's go again. Tickets, how much are they? I know that you can buy a table, I think I read, for
400.
400 for, that's 8 people though, right?
It's 8 people, and that includes premium seating. So like it's VIP seating, $25 a ticket, whether it's before or at the door. Again, you can do that with our QR code online, that phone number, or at Blackhawk Memorial or University Chiropractic. And we plan to get people in and out quickly, so if you want to come same night, we got the technology to do so.
And what are some of the other, I guess, service projects that the Sunrise Exchange Clubs likes to get involved in?
Well, we do our national projects of service would be the prevention of child abuse. Local projects that we do, we honor the Deputy of the Year every year. We honor a student at Expo High School called the ACE Award. So we honor people in the community, whether it's an individual or a couple, that do a lot of volunteering throughout the community. But you don't see them on KWWL standing up giving their 2 cents.
Yeah.
So it's somebody flying under the radar, and they just don't get enough recognition. So we honor them with a program called the Book of Golden Deeds.
Yeah.
But we also honor people that fly the flag appropriately. So like Perkins flying their big flag. And we always fly a big flag out at the zoo, so
Right.
it's a big part of the Exchange Club is Americanism. So that is one thing we also go around and honor.
Well, that's fantastic. And how many members do you have? And I assume you're always looking for new members.
We're a small but mighty club. I mean,
Small but mighty, good way to put it.
Yeah, I believe right now, help me Lance, 12 to 15 members currently, and some of them like to vacation this time of year as well. But I believe that's our number roughly right now.
Fantastic. So again, your big event, will this be your biggest fundraiser of the year, do you think, coming up on March 23rd?
We hope so.
We would expect it to be.
Yes.
Okay.
We always do a lettered campaign that we have put out every year, which the community really supports that well. But we're hoping this will be our biggest fundraiser.
So Brandon, I'll let you wrap things up. Talk about your event coming up on March 23rd.
Yeah, sunrise at sundown. We think this is going to be a great opportunity for people to learn more about our Waterloo Children's Zoo and have a great night of country music. Be able to support a lot of local businesses that provided some really neat things to auction off on, have a fun time at the live auction, and great night for some dancing.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention it. The dancing, that's a big part. You guys, Brandon and Lance, thanks very much. Best of luck to the Sunrise Exchange Club, and appreciate you taking the time to come in and talk about your event on March 23rd at the Electric Park Ballroom. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
We'll wrap things up on the Steel Report in just a moment. And welcome back as we wrap up another edition of the Steel Report right now. Again, the Sunrise Exchange Club Sunrise at Night fundraiser featuring the popular area band Lonesome Road will be held on Saturday night, March 23rd at the Electric Park Ballroom on the Cattle Congress grounds. It's an important fundraiser for this club in sustaining its popular Sunrise Children's Petting Zoo at the east end of Cattle Congress. And then don't forget the second annual Iowa Eats Food and Drink Festival set for Saturday, April 6th at the Waterloo Convention Center downtown. And one late addition to the presenters will be a man named George Formaro. George is a well-known Des Moines chef and restaurateur who's been featured in Best Chefs America. George Famaro will join the Iowa Eats Festival for the very first time for this one-day food and drink festival in downtown Waterloo on April 6th. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you here next week.